Data integration is an important topic in SAP Hybris Commerce implementations. Internally, companies often work with ERP systems for product, pricing, and order data, CRM systems to manage customer accounts, or maybe even a legacy e-commerce platform. Externally, suppliers may have product catalogs they need to integrate, and it may be necessary for them to handle warehouse order fulfillment externally. For both internal and external integrations, data can be incoming or outgoing. Let's first take a look at the two main strategies for pushing data into the Commerce Suite. In general, there are two strategies you can use whenever you want to push data into SAP Hybris Commerce from ERP, CRM, or legacy systems. They are migration and coexistence. The migration strategy is used when SAP Hybris Commerce replaces an existing e-commerce solution that will eventually be retired. In this case, it's best to import data into the Commerce Suite in phases, for example, region by region or product line by product line, depending on the project. The main tools used for migrations are Impex and the Data Hub. The second strategy is coexistence. This strategy applies when master data for products and customer accounts is in legacy items that must be maintained for business reasons. In such a scenario, a permanent bidirectional or unidirectional link is established between the Commerce Suite and these legacy systems. For coexistence, the Commerce Suite offers several means of integration that can be automated via cron jobs. These are the Data Hub, Platform Web Services API, the Hot Folder functionality, and a scheduled Impex. Based on your customer's requirements and system setup, it's of course possible to combine both strategies, and this is the situation you'll face in most projects. Now, what happens if SAP Hybris Commerce wants to communicate with different third-party systems? For example, to expose some of its functionality to an external system or to communicate with payment or fraud detection providers. In this case, the Commerce Suite provides solutions such as the Platform Web Services API, Omni Commerce Connect, and Commerce Infrastructure Services. In the following chapters, you will learn more about the Commerce Suite's type system, as well as the integration solutions introduced in this chapter. If you want to integrate data from two different systems, it's important to make sure that their data models are aligned. In this video, we'll have a closer look at the Commerce Suite's out-of-the-box data model. SAP Hybris Commerce comes with a large standard data model that includes around 2,000 different types. This data model, also known as the type system, is used to model objects related to business logic in e-commerce projects. Each object in SAP Hybris Commerce is an instance of a type. The data model can change depending on which extensions are enabled. For example, although both the B2C and B2B accelerators are built on the same core data model, enabling certain B2C or B2B specific extensions will make each accelerator's data model diverge from the other. If you go to the back office and navigate to System and then Types, you can see all the available types. These include Product, Order, User, Customer, Employee, Cron Job, Media, Discount, Cart, and so on. In the Product Modeling chapter, we mentioned that every organization has specific requirements and business processes that should be reflected in the data model. Although common concepts such as products, customers, employees, and orders are shared across all organizations, each organization usually customizes the out-of-the-box data model according to its needs. Organizations can either build their own data model, adding new types to the provided type system, or they can use Commerce's existing types as a starting point and customize them to satisfy their unique requirements. When extending the type system, you should be aware that typically, developers are the ones who will use and extend the type system, since modifying it requires code changes. Secondly, the SAP Hybris Commerce type system doesn't allow multiple inheritance, so any type can only extend from one immediate supertype. Additionally, retyping is not allowed. Retyping in this case means reassigning an existing subtype to a new parent type. Thirdly, for each type in the type system, a Java model class definition is generated during compilation and instantiated at runtime. When adapting Commerce's type system to fit your business needs, there are two basic approaches. You can create a subtype of an existing type or create a completely new core type. You can also add attributes to existing core types and subtypes. Give careful consideration to the level at which you make these changes and how you combine these strategies. Here is a simple example of extending the type system. Let's say you want to track newsletter registrations for all types of users, including guests. You could choose to add a newsletter accepted attribute to the user type. This attribute would be inherited by customers and employees, the existing subtypes of user. You could then add the subtype guest to user, which would also inherit this attribute. Let's look at an example to better understand choices involved in extending the type system. Say you need an object with attributes that are not covered by the out-of-the-box type system. One way to address this is to add a subtype, such as creating the car type as a subtype of product. When it comes to the modeling of products, this is the recommended approach. You can also create a completely new type at a higher level if this makes more sense. This new type then implicitly extends from the base type called generic item. In both cases, you could add your own attributes to these types without affecting other core types. In most cases, this subtyping approach is preferred. It allows you to create new types where attributes do not mix and keeps the Commerce's suite core types untouched. The second approach to extending the type system is adding attributes to out-of-the-box core types. This is suitable when the added attributes should apply to all items created by types lower in the type hierarchy. SAP Hybris recommends caution when using this approach, as it creates a direct dependency to a Commerce Suite type.